This is the second part of the battle in Flanders against the French. This is the battle, as you remember, that I didn't want to fight. Still firing away at that unit there that's working independently. Looks like one of my cavalry units took quite a lot of hits on the way simply onto the battle site in the first place, you know, so probably from the artillery fire. That unit seemed to be standing for quite a long time there. Anyhow, I like to chase off routing infantry. I haven't got much cavalry available to me at the moment, I'm afraid, so I just have to use what small numbers I've got. There they go now, chasing him up the field, just while I reorganise my infantry, ready for the assault on those troops at the back there that you can see. You see that very, very high flag? That means he's occupying a building. Quick check that my cavalry are sweeping away those infantry nicely. The idea is to make sure they don't get off the battlefield, or they can return to fight again. Now you can see those being chased away. Quick pause, because you can see an infantry unit have appeared just behind them there. Looks like they might be those light infantry, the last thing that we wanted to fall into. This is one of the other anomalies here, really. You can hide a whole regiment of formed infantry, you know, with coloured uniform, virtually on an open field, so they'll suddenly appear in front of you. Now the dilemma is, what do the cavalry do? They turn and run away, get shot when they do so. They try and chase away the light cavalry, light infantry. Well, the decision I've made is to go for the light infantry. Light infantry traditionally won't stand and fight in an open field against cavalry. So I made an attempt now. My troops are tired. They've fought twice. They've chased off those infantry that you can see running off behind these light infantry now. My decision here is to pull them back in order to regroup them, charge in again, and therefore get the charge bonus. I'm probably a bit tired for that. I'm hoping that the light infantry haven't got time to reform themselves. They do seem to be moving very, very quickly. I was losing more casualties than they were, I'm afraid, so I was a bit limited in my options, that unit suddenly appearing like it did. And there they go, superior fire, brilliant shot. More than one rank there, that wasn't just a front rank, it was a very, very good shot from a lot of infantry. It's really shaken that horse. I have my other horse behind. I'm hoping they will still be able to clear away the light infantry, because light infantry really shouldn't be standing against cavalry at all. So having undergone one attack from the cavalry, fired off all its weapons, I'm hoping that the second wave of cavalry are going to clear them away from the field. Again, you can see on the screen down there at the bottom there, you see the flashing red of the cavalry unit. It really has suffered quite badly in the game, so I'm not sure they're going to be coming back. quick look now over to the infantry on the field, see how close they are to forming up against the remainder of his army. Having cleared away his artillery, cleared away his horse, and hopefully now cleared away those light infantry, he should be able to get some nice traditional 18th century musketry firing lines there against the rest of his army. Unfortunately, the way he's come at me with his own men behind, it's been difficult for me to chase any of his troops off, so it looks like he has got units away, which is bad news for me, because he's got plenty of money, so he will be able to replenish all of those troops, where any of my losses are going to be very difficult to replace. So it's not going well for me, I'm afraid, at the moment. I think he got his artillery away, I think he's got his cavalry away. If you remember, they crossed the red line before we can get to them. Now he's got his infantry away, defended with his light infantry. So it's not going very well, I'm afraid. We do need to, on pitched battles, wipe out the units that we fight. Well, I seem to have lost that cavalry unit now. It's routed from the field. I still have my general's horse, of course, and I still have the provincial cavalry. They'll be able to chase people off, so all is not lost. I hope now, with the remaining troops that we've got here, that we can make sure nothing else gets off the field. So in the future we'll be facing only fixed artillery, a small unit of cavalry, and perhaps some light troops. Okay, what I'm trying to do is get my men into a position whereby all can fire, preferably on one unit at a time. So I can get 5 units against one, would be the ideal situation. Remember, we have the plug bayonets, so when the enemy seems to be wavering, if I can put the plug bayonets in and charge at that moment, I should be able to drive them away from the field. If you remember, the French infantry do have a better fighting capacity up close. They have a higher factor when fighting at close. What the game doesn't tell you about bayonets is how much worth you get from the bayonets. In other words, you know, sort of, whether you get a +1 or a +2 or whatever, it doesn't add that to the figure. So I imagine if we're fighting on a 6 and they're fighting on an 8, that the plug bayonets just give me an additional, say, 1. So we're still on close combat, not going to be the best on the field, I'm afraid. If he starts to run and he's got large units, being close to the back of the battlefield, he may well get them off as well. I haven't really got enough cavalry to chase them away. Okay, we're assaulting the house. We're chasing away his infantry. He shouldn't have anything else left on the field now. Well, anything else ready to fight on the field. The rest should be a formality. We'll see how many manage to get away on the next video, I'm afraid. I won't be able to finish it on this one.